Okay, now you know how to use your CRM and you know the principles of what's going to make you ultimately successful as a relationship manager. Now it's time to break down our communication ecosystem. So conceptually, I want you to think about it like this. You are your own entity, you are your own world. When somebody comes into your world, it's time for you to be conscientious about what is their experience like. And you're gonna have a variety of different people who come into your world, right? You're gonna have clients that are looking to purchase or sell real estate in the immediate near future. You already have family and friends. You're gonna have business acquaintances. You're gonna have other people you meet. Now, it's your job to direct the communication and what the experience of that person, depending who they are, what it's gonna be like. So what our job is now is to set you up with a proven way to set up your communication ecosystem, which I will be going over in the next 4 videos. So the next 4 videos are crucial because we are going to give you a strong outline on where to start with your communication ecosystem. But before we do that, I want to go over a couple things that are on the board. Everyone's situation is different, everyone's business, and how you set up your communication ecosystem is ultimately up to you. But here are 5 principles that will help you construct the strongest and most effective ecosystem of communication. When you're setting it up, I want you to think about this. We've established our ways we're going to be bringing in business, but now it's important to understand how we're going to retain and ultimately convert to sales, okay? Because again, it's not about having the most clients, it's having the most loyal. So when you're setting up your communication ecosystem, think simple. A lot of times brokers will set up these crazy, 100-point touch, systems where you have all these different tasks to do every day. And what happens is they fall short and they never complete it. So make it simple and easy for you to understand and ultimately execute. The second one is systematic. Build a system and a process around it. You don't need to leave too much room for interpretation, and making it simple will also help it be systematic. But you want to think about it like this. Once you set up the structure, could you hire somebody else to do it? Is there a system? Is there a process? Is it documented? That's going to be if it's systematic, okay? So always think about that. If you had to replace yourself on what you do, could somebody else come in and have a clear understanding of what they need to accomplish? Number 3 is going to be scalable. So you might only have 10 clients or you might have 1,000, but think to where you want to be. So if you're working with 100, 200, 500 people in your database, great, that's a good start. But think about this, is what you're setting up today going to be scalable to when you do have 1,000 people in your CRM, when you have 2,000, 10,000? So always think about the future and is this scalable, okay? Now, sales oriented. The reason we're doing all of this is to collect, retain, and then ultimately result in more sales. So make sure whatever you're doing, things like call to action, direct response marketing, tracking your analytics, we'll get into all of that, but make sure that this ecosystem is geared for more sales. And last but certainly not least, super personal. The game in real estate is about how to scale your interpersonal communication. So a lot of times it's an easy solution to do things like handwritten letters, but somebody else writes them, or a computer generates them automatically, or sending out mass emails and mass text messages that are all generic. Well, that's not super personal, and I want you to ask yourself, when's the last time you responded to a generic email or a generic text message? It's 2020, and you need to make sure that you're creating personalized experiences, which we'll get into in the next couple videos on exactly how to do that. So these are the 5 S's that you should keep in mind when devising your communication ecosystem. Collect, retain, and ultimately create more sales.